Hi Discovery students, Mrs. Phillips here. I'm going to show you how to play our Unplugged Santa coding game. So the goal of the game is to get Santa to the house following the squares but avoiding the trees. So we don't want to run into the trees. And if you've printed this off, you are going to take this page and you're going to cut out all the squares so you have a bunch of arrow commands. And what you are going to do is sorry about that. You are going to place the arrows on the squares to indicate which direction Santa should take. So you have two paths you're trying to create. So two different codes. You want to create the shortest path that you can, and you also want to create the longest path you can with the most commands. So the shortest path is going to get there with the fewest commands, and the longest path is going to get there with the most commands. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you. I'm going to start. I'm not going to put one on top of Santa, but I'm going to put one in front. So I want him to move forward. Now I'm showing you one path, and you can't submit this as one of your paths because this is the one I'm showing you. That would be cheating. You're going to have to come up with your own. So I'm going to go forward. I'm going to go all the way up. Keep placing tiles on the squares. So here, he moved here, and I need to move up one more so I'm at the top. Oops, I'm sorry. We're moving this camera all over the place. And then now that I'm on the top, I need to move 2 squares to the left. So I'm going to add 2 squares. So my last arrow command is actually going to be on top of the house because that's the direction I needed to go to get there. And let's count how many commands that took. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 commands. Okay, so now I'm going to show you an example of how to take the long path. Remember, this is my example, so you can't turn this one in. You need to find your own. So you're going to want to use a lot of commands for this one. We're going to see if we can find another path that takes up as many of these squares as we can. And remember, we still have to go around the trees. So I'm going to show you just an example where I might take the long way around one of these trees. So I'm going to go up. And then from there, I'm going to go over to this square, up here, around this tree. Whoops, sorry guys, my alarm's going off on my watch. Okay, and then I'm going to keep going all the way to the house. And remember, you want to take the long way, so you want to try and fill up as many squares as you can. All right, remember the shortest distance I found in the last one took 8 commands. Let's see how many commands this takes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so that was a whole lot more commands. I've also found a path that takes up to 16 commands. So let's see if you guys, maybe you can find one that's even longer than that. So that is how you're going to play the game. There you go, students. Get coding. All right, students, you just found 2 different paths for Santa to take, a shortest path and the longest path. Now I want you to think about what is the best path and why. Is it the shortest path that uses the fewest amount of commands, or is it the longest path that takes the most amount of commands? Take a minute and to think about what is important to Santa. Is it important that he get to each house as fast as he can? Or is it important that he takes the longest route and travels the most distance to each house? What is most important to Santa, and why would we want to use one code over the other one? Take a minute, think about it, and along with turning in the photos of your code, I want you to include a comment in the comment section of the video, of the submission, what you think the best code is. And if you're feeling fancy, tell me why. Happy coding, everyone.